there is something that's going to be happening that is a massive, massive deal. I'm surprised the market hasn't run on this news because this is big. Okay. We know that the SEC has been overstepping their bounds 100%. We can all agree with that. Okay. And there has needed to be some system of checks and balances in regards to what they're doing. Well, that day may be coming and the SEC may be stripped of some of its powers. What I'm talking about is the U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to hear a case that could curtail the powers of the SEC. This is a massive deal, guys. What this refers to is there's a case that centers on a hedge fund manager named George Jarkessi, hopefully I said that right, whom was fined and banned from the industry by the SEC for securities fraud. A lower court had previously ruled that the SEC's proceedings violated the constitutional rights of the individuals involved, including the right to a jury trial and encroachments upon presidential and congressional powers. The decision to review the lower court's ruling has significant implications for the regulatory landscape and the power wielded by federal agencies like the SEC. This case has the potential to set a huge precedent as to what the SEC can in fact do. In fact, this may defer the powers of regulation back to Congress, like it should be in the first place. Basically, like we've said many times, the SEC is trying to rule by this regulation by enforcement, which is a horrible way of doing things. They're trying to basically enforce rules that don't apply or don't exist in this industry, which makes absolutely no sense. That's why a lot of us have been so confused when it comes to this. Now, when it comes to ADA, this is a great sign because if you really think about it, we've talked about there being no court case yet or anything like that. What this is going to do is further delay any potential for a court case. So this is obviously a really big deal. And if this ends up going the right way, we may see an overall restructuring and shift when it comes to the SEC. Now, obviously, there have been, I think Warren Davidson had introduced that legislation to Congress to try to obviously fire SEC and restructure the SEC. This may happen just so that, this case doesn't get fully elevated to the Supreme Court, right? Because to continue with their narrative that they've been on, they don't want this case to get picked up because the Supreme Court, if you guys haven't realized lately, they're 100% pro people. A lot of the rulings that they've done even over the last week or two here have been pro people. They're trying, and that's what it is, right? They're trying to shift the power back to the people, which is the way that this, country should be in the first place. The governing body is there to enforce the rights that people have, not to try to suppress the rights that people have. And that's what we've been seeing as of late is this attempted suppression, right? You and I should be able to invest and do whatever we want with our hard-earned money without having government overstep. And this case may, in fact, essentially confirm this government overstep. So that's why this is a lot bigger deal than maybe people realize, than maybe people have noticed yet. And it's a huge deal when it comes to ADA and its future price potential. So thought I'd share that with you guys. Let me know your thoughts below. Let me know if you think this is as big of a deal as I do. Appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Show your support below, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Take care.